personalized nutrition and personalized medicine is very important. So in Korea, also very interesting in this side of medicine and nutrition, but Korea now interesting on the personalized food. This personalized food is more complicated and advanced one. So I'd like to introduce the project of Korea Food Research Institute. I was working on the Korea Food Research Institute, so I'd like to introduce the project of personalized food of Korea Food Research Institute. So I'd like to introduce So one. Because I was the president of Korea Food Research Institute, so I like to. Yeah. So this is the maybe digital transformation or AI industry. So I would like to introduce the project. So we have to know the precisely and accuracy and agility. So we have to have this kind of data. So I mean AI controls every data. So this important thing is the diversity and empathy. And agility. So empathy problem is to know the person's nutrient epigenetics or habit, to know exactly. So everything. This data is the personal data of human. And this is the data for the food. So we can respond correctly. So this is the kind of the precision problem. This is the maybe accuracy problem. So this is the agility. Is I mean the how fast or how exactly. So we call say super connection all of this one. So as you know, this data in Korea we control the very. This data is private data, and this data is the public data. So in the private data is like this: personal health and biology marker, and individual preference, and the cultural and personal physical activity or epigenetics. So this data is produced by the company because this data is not open, and this data is very strictly controlled by the bioethics. So this data may be produced by the company. So we have the sub-company, big company or the food company. So this data is not open. But this data should be open. Without opening, so no, this data is not useful. So this kind of data is maybe the food data and some compound data, health data, and nutrient information data, and genetic data, and all of things should be open to contact to this. So this part is the company platform system. So the public data can be produced by the government or public data is carefully producing this kind of data, focus on this kind of data. So if we have the platform system, they connected this data and this personal data exactly know the person's status and correctly respond to the person with this kind of food. So in Korea, in addition to personalized distribution, the Korea food is very diverse, just like China and in my opinion, Korean food is more diverse than the Japanese. And in the world, maybe Korea and China has very diverse food. So in the government, just like make the platform, and we transport the company, and the company produce this kind of private data, so we can this data, maybe we can control the AI. AI knows the personal data by accurately and respond by precisely data. So in Korea Food Research Institute focus on this kind of system. So this project is involved with some private company and some hospital and the Korea Food Research is focused on this company. And they think the chance of success depends not on the technology, depends on the data and diversity. So in the only how to get the problem is the fake data. Many fake data in this kind of food. So we are focusing on the get rid of the fake data. So this is the Korea Food Research Institute project for the personalized food. So more complicated. So that is the reason why I'm interested on the nutrition on the personalized preference. So that is the reason why and also history and the taste is more important than the product. Okay, so
very good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to disclose something because we work with a lot of intellectual properties and a lot of patents and so on. I want to disclose something on your own this thing. So, beautifully explained, but there's a fourth dimension that comes like this. Let me tell you, we have been working for last 10 years. We are a metabolic thermodynamic engine that processes chemicals, and whatever the way we have processed, we excrete it back 3 different ways, but two are very prominent. Every day morning we go to a toilet seat and sit. Whatever we have done, that metabolism for that particular day or for that particular night, we poop or we piss. Sorry for my French. So now, for the last 10 years, we are working on a technology. We are going to develop a toilet seat. We can do all this, but the person who should get the information is the person who is sitting on the toilet seat. At the end of the day, precision nutrition, we can do all science. But who should get this knowledge that my body is not working right? It is I myself. The personalized monitoring is important for any personalized data. Personalized is the person has to know with precision what is happening on a daily basis. Like in sugar right now, I can put a monitor and I can measure my sugar with your AI and with your iPhone. So what we need to do is, at this stage, it is possible that we can develop a precision, personalized monitoring. So an individual, that point what that Vishal said, is that health awareness, giving that health education to who? To yourself. Each person, whether that person is living in a slum or whether he is living in a palace, he will go to a toilet in the morning. Let us develop. Probably we are only 6 months or 1 year away from this. What I'm talking. The world doesn't see that. Working for last so many decades we are working on this. That makes a different definition for personalized health and precision health. A person, personally he will know what is happening with precision, what happened in his body, not after 10 years, not after 1 year, every day morning.
Education.
But beautiful. I'm glad you did this. I don't want to say this because we are keeping this thing as a very big secret in our industry to developing. But when you said it, I was inspired to say this. Thank you.
We are also focusing on the anti-aging and metabolic syndrome. So we call this kind of work digital transformation. So okay.
Okay, you said,
I'll be back in a few minutes.
I think very interesting, and it's very
Wait.
clear.
This is absolutely
Yeah.
logical.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So from the public data, private data. Yeah, I agree completely. Yes. So now, I believe most countries they also have their own public data for food composition, anything. Yeah. Also Japan, right? Yes. Yeah. So I think for the, but as you said, because the diet is very diversity. Yeah, very
More complicated.
yeah,
Diversity on a daily basis.
yeah, I know. So this is also the reason why sometimes if we will try to treat the disease, yeah, also some recommended diet or something, but usually the meal from the dietitian, yeah, the patient always say is health, but it's not so good to eat. You know, it's not delicious. This is the problem. So I think the taste, everything, yeah, is also the first priority, and then maybe what kind of food is suitable for individual. It's very important. But I don't know in Korea, you have the public data for food, but do you have any classification? For example, what kind of food?
Yes.
Yeah, I always have a question. For example, vitamin B1. Yeah, after examination, maybe someone has B1 deficiency problem. Yeah, usually the best way just eat the supplement, right? But you know the absorption of the vitamin B1 from different foods is different. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes. For example, vitamin C is different. Maybe 100 years data is about 800 milligram per gram, but nowadays, so almost 800 milligrams per gram for 100 years ago, they just go down to 100. So we are studying why the vitamin C compound is decreased in these times, maybe.
When it's 90 in the United States and 60 in Europe.
So we found cultivate fastly, maybe vitamin B compound is decreased. So cultivation high content of nitrogen or something like that. So this phytochemical compound is decreased. So that is we have to study. We have to produce the public data for the for the person.
And there are also so many different types of vitamin C. For example,
Yes.
ester C is a different vitamin C. It is probably more expensive to put it in this way.
Yeah.
And you can have a citrate version, you have other kinds of salts. So, absolutely, you're absolutely right. We need to talk.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting. Yeah, for example, for the patients, even the same syndrome, same disease, but maybe the same medicine is effective for every patient. Yeah. So
There's one more thing that I always find it very, very, coming from understanding the basic science. God or nature has created lipid-soluble vitamins and water-soluble vitamins for a very special purpose. Water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C or vitamin B or these ones only work in the cytosol. All the B complex vitamins work inside this thing for the mitochondria, they are in the cytochrome system. And the lipid-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D or vitamin E, they are in the membranes. When you try to put a capsule multivitamin tablet and put it in Sam's Club or when there's a cost as idiots, I think this is not what nature has meant it to be. So even the vitamins, they are so precision. When we're talking about precision health, molecules that God or nature has created these molecules with precision. We messed it up. We put our own dosages, we have put our own delivery systems.
So, what is precision? Ask God.
No, I think again, Dr. Nishihara's point, I think there is personalized and precision are two different sides of a coin. If I would say personalized, this thing is more like a subject. In a big clinical trial, each individual is a subject. Precision is a personalized is a subject. Precision is overall data, 100 people, and it is not an average, statistically significant observation of 100 people. So this, if you do this thing, this comes result. Like drugs are clinical trials. So precision is a congregation, a accumulation of a statistically significant data from personalized. And again, when we say health, let us put that word metabolic. Metabolic will separate us from the pharmacy and from the medical. Metabolic is, we should take away the term metabolism into nutrition. We should own that.
yes. So is there any way to classify the metabolism?
There are several levels of metabolism. Again, we can do that. Right now, for example, even if I say long COVID, the whole world says long COVID. We classified long COVID into 4. Now, they may become 40 probably in the next 10 years. But if we focus on what kind of metabolic system has been reprogrammed and how can we reset it, rather than supplementation, we need to come with a new terminology called reset. We are not repairing, we are resetting. And we have to educate people. Again, Dr. Jones is a comment. We need to have that health, what is that? The health literacy. I think that is very, very important, and we need to develop apps. Probably, we have a big movie studio. One of my organizations, we make movies for Discovery Channel. We need to make movies, broadcast.
If you think of the 4-dimensional, so which one do you recommend? The education?
4-dimensional is give this monitoring. Monitoring is the 4th dimension. Monitoring at a personal level. An individual will know. It's not the government knowing, it's not the company knowing, it's not the researchers knowing. The person, whoever the individual is, he should know what is happening in his body. That is the 4th dimension. That is the one that makes the difference. Our opinions, our education, our research don't make, our government telling a law doesn't make any difference until an individual takes the decision. How will an individual take a decision? For example, I tell you a small little thing. If I go and take my tea, driving my car to my office, take my tea in Starbucks, my sugar goes up. If I go to the drive-thru and take a tea at Coffee Bean, it doesn't go up. My decision is very, very clear. I drive only through coffee bean and I say that I need to this many ounces of this thing, this kind of tea I want. I'm doing this thing for last few years. So once when I know, I don't need any doctor, I don't need any Dr. Naidu, or I don't need any Dr. Nishihara to tell me what to do. I will take my own decision. So make an individual accountable to make a decision, a precision-based decision on a personalized level. That is the fourth dimension.
Okay, in my personal comments, I really learning a lot in the discussion. And again, I go back to the personalized and precision words. And I always think of, again, drug, as you said, is a kind of anti-concept. Okay, so that's the nutrition, and the food is, I should say, much diverse. This nutrition and food is maybe I should say multi-component. So and also drug is, as you said, a very anti-molecule or anti-disease. But as you know, so nutrition is because our body responds to the food intake controlled by, for example, neuroendocrine system. So it's not anti, it's a balance between intake.
They are probiotic, they are antibiotic and they are probiotic.
So we have to make even we call personalized nutrition, but the drug is very different concept, in my thought. So how to delineate this concept very important. So we have to, in my sense, I started from this program 10 years ago. The personalized nutrition is quite complicated and very difficult. So as you said, the key word is the fourth dimensional axis is the monitoring. So our body is changing with aging. So there's no fixed solution. All the time changing. So how monitoring correctly and how to more precise at this stage is quite important. And I appreciate your good comment, anti. It's understandable.
And we are proud and we appreciate that you have brought this concept of precision.
Yes.
Precision is probably the most powerful phrase to put in front of science. Precision is credibility.
Yes. Okay, I share one more example we are doing now. As we mentioned about precision health, I think this is a very good target. But we start the work. Yeah. Usually, when you go to a restaurant, maybe you have a seat and you have the menu, right? But now, because of the AI and everything, it's very convenient. We have set some basic data and in some research. When anyone, even the first time, they can also provide you very specific menu. But if you are all customers, because you provide your personal illness or different kinds of lifestyle and so on, when you go inside, this person can provide the menu on the table. Yeah, that is on the electronic screen. But everything you order is very suitable to your individual. Yeah. For example, if you have a diabetes, the cook, the chef, you have the problem. I can cook delicious, but I can help give you low glycemic index food. I can control amounts. Yeah, I think this is very good beginning. Yeah, very similar concept of the Korean food, right? But Korean food, you need to face so high population. But I think we start from restaurant. Yeah, it really works. For example, anyone they have the kidney problem, they have some dietary limitation. But when they go to the restaurant, yeah, because after just enter and also just a QR code and screening, yeah, you have your own special menu. And after when you order this type, yeah, the cook should be well trained, you know. It is very specific. It's impossible. Yeah, the cook, I can only cook the same food. No. The cook need to be well trained and cook the suitable diet for the specific consumer. Yeah, we are doing now. I hope maybe in the future, if you visit, I will host you in this restaurant. Yeah, when you go inside, you can see everything. Yeah, and you can order the suitable food because you have the record everything in this. But this is privacy. Yeah, okay, for your reference.
Chinese and Indian food is very diverse.
Yes.
Than the American food.
But I like Korean food.
Yeah.
Very good.
You should like Thailand.
Because they also put the spice very differently as the
Yeah.
And what about the last night's food? And Dr. Nagawa said includes he doing the research on microarray. Of course, it's a very popular area. This data should be included in the bank. And in fact, I'm now doing some work on the epigenetics, of course, and this epigenetic modification with nutrition.
Yeah.
What this precision nutrition is. So, of course, everyone knows the nuclear DNA modification is studied very well, but the mitochondrial epigenetics has not been studied very well.
Yeah.
Only become very recent. We try to do it. It's very difficult. But anyway, we are making progress. So in the future, I think it should be equally important like the nuclear epigenetics.
Okay.
Epigenetics is more important.
Yeah. You are right. Okay, so because of the time, I think please give your paper. We will connect. Okay. Yeah, and maybe we will create all the everything, all the comments. Okay. Yes. And we have a coffee break. Yeah.
Great area, precision comes with great area.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a coffee
Diversity,
break
and this is the agility.
But congratulations, and we are proud
잠깐
of you.
손만 치워볼래요? 잠깐만. 오케이. 오케이, 땡큐.
Maybe.
Yes.